Hi everyone and welcome to a new special video of Balajedrez. As you know, Mittens was released not that much time ago in chess.com, and it's been quite popular seeing this little cat making many GMs struggle against him. One of our subscribers asked me to also to try to play with Mittens. So I was playing with Mittens. I did a little try. I have a little issue with this, which is that I'm user of leeches, and I don't even remember my passwords on chess.com because I never played there. So what I did, it was a couple of days ago. I was just doing some little test as a guest, playing against Mittens. I was playing a couple of hours against Mittens, and I was kind of balloting. I was doing many, like I usually do when I play with real people, just balloting, moving very quickly, not spending more than 5-10 seconds per move, many pre-moves even, and that meant that Mittens was smashing me once after another. Um, Bear in mind that this is an engine and it's really strong. Of course, it's not a stock fish, but it's really strong. Maybe you have seen many GMs struggling with Mittens. Nakamura, for example, had quite some battles with Mittens, and it's really strong. So I think I lost, like, I don't know the number, I didn't count it, but maybe like 30 times in a row, something like this, very quickly. Because he's really strong. In tactics is just destroying you one time after another. This engine develops the pieces very quickly, and very quickly start with the tactics, and it's very difficult to survive. I mean, in very few moves you feel that you are already very much worse than Mittens. So after all these games, I played once again, and I like this game, so I cannot show the game itself as it was because it was a couple of days ago. But what I did is, like, here I just went to download the game. I pass it to PGN, and I just transfer it to through the tool of import game to Lichess, where I feel more comfortable with the platform, and I know better how to use it, and I will be able to show you the game against Mittens much better in Lichess. Here it doesn't mention because when you import it, you don't see the names, but as white it was me, Balajedrez as black it was Mittens. Okay, so I was playing with white, and also I feel much better with this analysis of leeches, because when I was just doing the analysis, not doing the analysis, just after the game, it automatically gives you the mistakes and everything. And it said that I had committed zero mistakes, which of course is wrong because you will see along the game that I committed many mistakes on this game. So I'm gonna show you, and maybe the end of the game can surprise you. So let's see whether you find it interesting. If this is the case, as usual, what I will ask you is that please don't forget to leave your like, or even your subscription if you liked what you saw. And with after this introduction, let's just start with the game. It's a long game, you will see why, but let's go little by little. I'm not gonna spend much time in the opening. In this case, I played, basically I played e4, because I was tired of losing with d4, by playing d4. I played many games, as I said, uh, very short ones because I was just bulleting, but I played many games with d4, and I was smashed once after another. I tried a couple of times with e4, also smashed. In this case, I also tried with e4, and he played something that at least against me, he didn't play that much, which is d6. Normally, he was playing more e4, c5, Sicilian, all this stuff, getting into complications very quickly and smashing me very quickly. This kind of opening, which is more, um, well, is closer, There are not that many tactics, at least not that quickly. So I think that was helping me much a lot on this game because I'm much closer to Mittens when playing a strategic game than when playing a tactic game. Because on tactic games, I was lost very quickly. So let's go for it. In this case, these kind of openings, if the opponent let you dominate the center, you go for it. Of course, this is a playable opening. Mittens is gonna try to destroy my center with the pieces later on, and the first move is already attacking the pawn. I'm just defending the pawn with the knight and the queen, so until here everything normal. Here he is preparing for moves like c5 or e5 at some point in order to um, destroy my center. Bishop c4 developing. He's also developing. Also, this move prevents e4. Um, well, here the machine says queen e2. I'm not totally sure why. But still, I'm gonna develop my knight. Is still a decent move. Here you see more or less equal position. My opponent castles, and here this move is interesting. You will see why. The machine recommends b3. I was, as I said, bulleting. Probably that was even a pre-move. So I just castled, and and well, there is this little trick, so that's why the Stockfish wanted to prevent it first with bishop b3, which is this little trick with knight takes e4, um, where I take the knight, but here he comes with this double attack, recovering the piece. So I just come here, he takes, and I take, and what he gets is that, well, this center that I have is not that powerful anymore. Still, um, is still equal position as you see, 0.4 for white still, but well, I guess if I let Stockfish think a little longer, it will be zero point 0.0, something like this, a really equal position. But already black has no issues at all with this center. So, well, here equal position, but at least, as you see, for the moment these pieces are not developed. So I'm avoiding the tactics from Mittens, which is very much what I wanted. So here he develops the knight to d7. Well, I guess probably threatening c5 or e5. So I just developed my rook to the open file while I think where to place my bishop, and here it is coming with c5 as I expected. Here I could take, but that will develop his knight. Also, well, his bishop will be developed very quickly. So just what I did is defending with c3, he takes, and I take with a knight. If he wants to take and let me the isolated pawn, I will be very glad because this piece is very strong. Instead, of course, he didn't play that bad move, and Mittens went for knight c5. Once again, playing very quickly. As I said, I didn't spend more than 5-10 seconds against in any move against this player. Playing very quickly, I just found more natural the move bishop f3, which is what I did. Of course, now checking with Stockfish, the right move to keep the position equal, it was bishop c2. The reason that the square d3 is guarded, which you will see in a couple of moves, that is important. So basically, here I come to bishop f3, and as you see, Stockfish already starts to find some advantage for Mittens, and the move is e5, which is exactly what Mittens play. As you may see, most of the moves of Mittens are the recommended move from Stockfish, so that's why this this engine is that powerful. So here, um, in order to continue with more or less an equal position, Stockfish recommends. Before that, I must say that I don't even had this move in my mind for even 1 second. I didn't think about it, so I just decided to move. I didn't find like a good square for the knight in b5, or I don't know why, but I didn't want to go there, so I just went to b3, and now knight d3 is coming, so that's why my bishop will be much better plays here in c2 in order to avoid this knight to come to d3. Anyway, it happened, so as I always say, we need to continue and keep fighting. Um, as you see, it's not that bad till here. And a good move to keep fighting would have been just rook e2 and continue developing my pieces. Unfortunately, I played rook e3, which is much worse, and you will understand now why. The issue is that after knight here, I was almost pre-moving. Rook takes knight. However, if I play this, you will see that in this diagonal there is a problem, two rooks in here, so this bishop h6 will take this rook, or if I move it, the next one. So I cannot take with the rook. My second option was taking with the queen, but there is exactly the same issue. The rook will be pinned, and I could not be taking. Well, he will be taking my rook with the bishop. So the only resource to continue is just taking the knight. Of course, this is not the kind of position that you want against a machine. This little cat is really strong, and I knew here we were really down. But still, as I always say, you always need to keep pushing, to keep fighting, and try to see if somehow at some point the opponent commit a mistake. I knew Mittens is not a stockfish, so the programmers just gave some random moves, let's say, that he plays from time to time, which are not the best ones. So I knew I could have some chance at some point. So I was just keeping fighting, and here he takes my queen. I need to queen with the bishop to take the queen with the bishop. Luckily, when I take the knight with my queen is defended by the bishop. Otherwise, that will not be possible. But here, I just take. He develops, as you see, minus 1.5. This is advantage enough to win if Mittens play perfect. Here, rook to d8, which is, I guess, the best move. And, it's totally logical, attacking my bishop, putting the rook in the open file. And here, Stockfish says that the best is getting my bishop in b3. Instead, what I did is playing the knight to b3 with the idea of coming back to f3 with the bishop again and, trying to develop everything. I guess it's more or less similar, but Stockfish said that it was a little better bishop b3. Uh, the game continues with b6. Of course, the black is gonna go for the fianchetto, but before of that, I'm playing bishop f3, trying to avoid this. The only move for black is rook b8, and here Stockfish once again recommends rook to d1. Instead, what I did is rook e to e1, just trying to support rook to d1, defended by the rook and not by the bishop. When he develops the bishop, I just play this. Once again, here Stockfish recommends g4. I think if I let him think a little bit, he's gonna say g4. I'm not totally sure why, but anyway, I'm just playing rook d1, and here, this is an annoying move. Bishop c2. He wants to get the column for him. So what I do, once again, Stockfish recommends rook d2. Instead, I played differently. I just took, and when he takes, I move rook to c1. The reason, getting this bishop out of here, and then immediately going with rook to d1. Here, Stockfish once again says that Mittens had a better option than what he played, which is just taking the knight. I take the knight, and then rook d2 is a really strong move, and I will be probably losing soon. Instead, I understand what Mittens did, which is just coming back with the bishop. Is a quite advantageous position, -1 for black. And I was saying that I understand that because, in this kind of endgames, you want to keep the bishop pair. As you know, bishop pair is better for the endgame than bishop and knight. So what black wants is just exchanging the rooks and winning this endgame thanks to the bishop pair. For me, also, I want to exchange the rooks because I cannot let him have the open file. So I just exchange the rooks, and I just entered on this endgame where I knew I was just a little worse, but I was just hoping to get a position on which somehow commits a mistake, and I just saved the game. In here, Mittens play bishop e6. Um, I didn't understand why, honestly. Um, not sure why Mittens considered that this diagonal is better than this one. So I just said I'm gonna go to the center with the knight. Sorry, with the king. But I was a little afraid that this knight was pinned. So if I want to play something like knight d2 in order to get my bishop in b3, for example, and try to exchange a bishop pair, in between he can play bishop takes e2. Also notice that if I manage to exchange the light square bishops, this endgame will be very nice for me. However, with the bishop pair, we are on trouble. So what I did first of all is playing a3, which Stockfish panics a little bit, but he says that f3 should be better in order to get the king in the center. And well, it is what it was. So I need just to show it. Here, Stockfish, Mittens played bishop h6, which is a nice move because he's threatening taking and going to c1 with the other bishop. I didn't see that honestly, so I just played king f1, which is actually with what Stockfish recommends. And here I honestly didn't expect this move, but he took, and actually this is not a good move. That is a draw. This is already a draw because okay, it's true that this bishop is coming here and is getting this pawn. I cannot avoid it, but well, I just move this pawn. Okay, he takes this one, but now if I play c4, this is a net game with only, I am only one pawn down, and I'm pretty confident I can defend this. I'm pretty confident that after c4, as soon as I place my bishop in b5 and my king remains here defending these pawns to promote, this is a very endgame to draw. I'm very confident. However, I play badly. I was just, as I said, playing very quickly, and believe it or not, I didn't notice that he was attacking my pawn. So I didn't save it. I know it looks really stupid, but it's what it happened. So I was just moving very quickly, and I didn't see that this bishop could just take the pawn. So I just play bishop c4, which is a very bad move, very bad move. And here, mm, Mittens got the second pawn, and this is a clear advantage for black. However, I know that this is a end game of different square colors, bishop colors. So I had some chances to. I knew that I had some chances to get a draw if Mittens doesn't play it properly. What I'm gonna try is to, with the bishop, try to avoid these pawns to advance, and with the king, try to avoid these ones to promote as well. So as you know, with the different color bishops, um, black cannot protect the white squares, so it's not easy at all to win this kind of endgame. With one pawn down, when I was one pawn down, I'm sure that was a draw. Here, I'm probably losing this, and I actually didn't defend it that well, so you will see that at some point I'm really lost. But well, let's just go for it, and I will just explain it in the right moment. So here I played h4. My idea was Stockfish says that it's better f3 and h4 in the next one, in the next move. I don't know why he prefers this order. I played the other way around. Um, and the idea that I had is to get these pawns on white squares and trying to get h5 at some point. Because if I get all my pawns on light squares, this bishop is not gonna be able to attack it. So that was my plan. Just trying g4 and h5, and at least I'm ensuring that the bishop is not gonna be able to take them, and with the bishop I can also defend them. So that was my plan, and I went for that. I just took. Not sure here. Um, Stockfish also says that it's better h5. Well, I just took, and I put my pawn in h5 at some point. I got the bishop in this diagonal because I want to also have access to the e8 square. And here, if I let him get the king in h5, he's taking my pawn and I'm absolutely losing. So the only move is bishop e8, check. And now what I just need is to get this pawn defended here. Also, Stockfish for some reason says that it's better to keep it in h4. Not sure why. I just move it and try to defend this one. And now the plan is that while the king is attacking the h5, my bishop needs to remain in e8 and f7 to try to avoid to lose it. If he exchanges here a pawn, I will have much more chances to win. Otherwise, he will not be promoting. And the same here. If I am able to exchange this pawn for these ones, I will have really good chances to get a draw. If he comes with the king here to try to attack this pawn, I will have to make sure that the bishop is in this diagonal. So that was my plan, to try to survive a little longer, although I knew that here I should be losing. Well played. So here what Mittens is gonna try is gonna try to play many moves in order I commit a mistake. I can just do a passive resistance. So I'm just doing this passive resistance. As I said, I need to keep the bishop in this diagonal while the king is there. Now that it is not, I just come back and well, now that I attack, I come back, and this is gonna be all the time the theme of this position. Here, when he comes to attack this one, the king also needs to defend this one, and well, we just played some moves like this. Yes, I'm gonna pass this quickly because, well, as you see, Mittens is just moving and moving, waiting for a mistake. Here I didn't commit a mistake, but here we have the moment on which we are absolutely lost, and the position is really close to be lost. Here, what Mittens try is to get this pass pawn. As you see, Stockfish already gives a -5. So I'm absolutely lost on this position. And the only move that Stockfish gives is taking the pawn, which is what I did. And here, uh, a5 is winning the game. I'm not gonna show it here, but I was playing this with a stockfish after a5, and well, there is absolutely no way to save that. The thing is that he can play a5, bishop b6, helping this pawn at some point to promote. Also, it's not gonna be easy at all to stop this pass pawn. Here he can get another pass pawn, and at some point this pawn also will fall down. Fell down. Sorry. Will well. Anyway, it's gonna be impossible to defend if he plays a5. Instead, Mittens committed the mistake that I was waiting for the whole game, which is taking the pawn. And here, as you see, Stockfish gives an equal position, an equal score, more or less. For this game, with a move, Bishop takes the pawn. And besides, now Mittens can take this pawn. This is a draw, and I knew it. Here, I knew it was a theoretical draw. The reason is that I know that even if I don't have this pawn and this bishop, if I manage to remove these two pawns, I know that with the king in the corner, it's impossible that this pawn promotes helped by this bishop, because on the rows of, well, rook rows, where the bishop is not controlling the corner, this is a theoretical draw, because if I remain here, he can only stalemate me, but he cannot promote. So the plan is very simple, and you will see it now. First of all, getting my king in the square, and now my once that I control the square, my next plan is just getting my bishop in here. And now I'm just, as I said, controlling this square. I know that this pawn is impossible to promote because I'm gonna get uh, my king in here in h1. This is gonna prevent this pawn to promote, and my only plan now is just moving my bishop on this diagonal here. So if I keep the bishop on this diagonal, the only way in order he can promote a pawn, as he cannot advance this one, and this one is in front of this one, is advancing the e pawn. So in the moment that he advances the e-pawn, my move is taking the e-pawn with the bishop. And when he takes, I remove these 2 pawns and I get the theoretical draw that I was mentioning with the pawn, the bishop, and the king against the king on this concrete row, which is not, the corner is not controlled by the bishop. So here Mittens know it, he's gonna try to avoid it, but basically, as I said, it's very, very easy to get the draw in here. I'm just moving the bishop on this diagonal, and I know it's a draw. So, he continued, he continued, he continued. I think this, and here, instead of playing e4, because Mittens knew that I was gonna play bishop takes e4, and this is automatically a draw, he played f4 in order to keep doing some movements in order to see if at some point I get a draw. Now I absolutely know that just by playing bishop e4, bishop a8 all the time playing this is a draw. I don't need to do that and to do more. And as you see in the very next moves, all my moves were just bishop here, bishop here. I'm gonna pass it quickly. You'll see that Mittens is just annoying me, trying to move a lot of random stuff, trying to avoid the draws for triple repetition. But I'm just playing bishop comes, bishop returns all the time, and that's all. And here he moved another pawn. The thing is that the rule is that if there is 15 movements without moving a pawn or taking a piece, there is a draw. So every every some moves, Mittens move a pawn in order to avoid the 50 moves draw rule. So I'm just keeping the same trick because I know that when I keep playing this is a draw, and at some point he will move another pawn, which is gonna be this one. Is gonna give it for free in order to make sure that there is no this draw. But still, this is even easier. Now, if I keep with the same plan, it's gonna be a draw, and I'm gonna save the draw against Mittens. So finally, I'm gonna keep. At some point, he moves the king as well, not to repeat moves. But in the end, well, this is still a draw. This king can never catch my bishop, so well, in the end, it was a draw, 50 move without progress, and well, you saw after losing a lot with Mittens, I proved I could save this game. I was absolutely lost, but he didn't play a4. Lucky of me, he didn't play a4. He just took him before. So, well, the final comment about this move is just a recommendation, as always, to keep always fighting, no matter you know that you are lost. Um, yes, always keep fighting because there are always chances in chess to get some stuff. In this case, without an engine, it was very difficult. But when you play with humans, with clock, with time pressure, with everything, always keep playing because you have always chances. I think I don't know how many games I played against in these 2 hours with Mittens. I guess something around 30 or something like this. I was smashed one time after another, but this one I managed to save it. And I was especially happy because I knew I was absolutely lost. So you saw here how I got the draw against Mittens. I challenge you to keep trying and to show it in the comments if you manage to get a win or a draw. And if you liked what you saw, as always, what I would recommend you is to click on like because that really helps. To subscribe because you will be noticed about the next videos, about the next streams, and if you can share in your social network, it will be really helpful in order this community is getting broader and broader. So thank you very much to all of you. I hope you enjoyed, and we see each other soon on a new video. Bye.